Here are 10 optical illusions on YouTube. Number 10. Lilac Chaser. The lilac chaser is also commonly called the Pac-Man illusion. The illusion is comprised of 12 lilac circles that have blurred edges. They are arranged in a circle around a small black cross. The lilac circles move around in a clockwise direction, disappearing briefly one at a time. You need to stare at the illusion for about 5 seconds for the illusion to work. Once you do, you will notice a green disc replaces the lilac discs. The illusion has to do with the colors of the discs. Interestingly enough, if the discs were blue, then you would see a yellow disc replace the blue one. Number 9. The Dizzying Illusion. This optical illusion on YouTube creates a surreal dizzying effect. The optical illusion is created by a red dot in the center and a series of lines that move outwards. If you stare at the red dot in the center, the lines begin to change their shape. They oscillate between triangular and circular. It becomes very difficult to know what you are seeing during this optical illusion, making this optical illusion one of the coolest illusions on YouTube. Number 8. Motion-induced blindness. For this illusion, you will notice that there is a rotating array of blue crosses and 3 yellow dots. Focus on the center of the illusion. Carefully watch the flashing spot in the middle as it changes from red to green. After you've stared at the illusion for a few seconds, you will start to notice that the yellow spots begin to disappear. Sometimes one spot disappears, sometimes 2, and sometimes all 3. What you are experiencing is called motion-induced blindness, or MIB for short. Number 7. Spine drift illusion. For this optical illusion, simply stare at the picture in front of you. You will see an array of spines. There will also be a gap in the spines. This is the important part of the illusion because the gaps set the boundaries, or limits, of the square in the middle. When you stare at the illusion for a few seconds, you will notice that the square in the middle will start to look like it is floating. Of course, the square is not really moving at all. You are only perceiving its movement. This is called the spine drift illusion and was discovered by Akiyoshi Kitaoka. The optical illusion is perceived slightly differently by different people. As soon as you change the angle of the drawing, the illusion is disrupted and the floating center square stops moving. Number 6. The checker square illusion. This mind-blowing optical illusion is called the checker square illusion. The illusion is comprised of a checkerboard with squares that appear to be different shades. There are 2 letters on the board. The illusion asks you to focus on the shades of the 2 squares that are marked with the letters, and then asks you to decide which square is darker. At the onset of the illusion, the square marked A clearly appears to be the darker square. But when a black background is put behind the squares, it's revealed that the 2 squares are actually the same shade. The green image creates a shadow effect, which fools us into believing that one of the squares is darker when the 2 squares are in fact the same shade. Number 5. Shepherd's Table Illusion. This optical illusion asks you to look at 2 tables. One is horizontal and one is vertical. The illusion asks you to decide which table can be moved easier through a narrow door. It looks like the vertical table on the left would be the clear winner. However, in reality, both of the tables are the same size. This optical illusion was first presented by American psychologist Roger Shepard. It is actually a very simple optical illusion. Our minds are making a 3D interpretation out of 2D pictures. Our perception is interfering with our reality in this optical illusion. When the top of the table on the left is removed from its legs and placed on top of the second table, we can see that they are, in fact, the same size. Number 4. The flash lag illusion. For this illusion, watch the blue line as it circles around. You will notice a second blue line that flashes in and out. The 2 blue lines almost meet, with a small gap in between them. Focus on where the 2 blue lines meet. The second blue line appears to be slightly out of alignment with the first blue line. This is, of course, an illusion. The 2 blue lines are actually in perfect alignment. If you slow down the image, you can see that the 2 lines are aligned. So, what is actually happening in this illusion? This illusion is called the flash lag effect. Our minds perceive where the solid blue line is going to be so we actually perceive the solid blue line as a little ahead of where it actually is. We do not do this to the flashing line, however, because it flashes in and out. So we are seeing the flashing line exactly where it is, and we are perceiving the solid line to be a little bit further ahead than it actually is. This lapse in time between the two lines is our perception playing tricks on us. The two lines are perfectly aligned, as we can see when we slow them down. Number 3. The freezing rotation illusion. This is a unique optical illusion that is comprised of an outer picture that is slowly swinging back and forth and an inner picture with the words "the freezing rotation illusion." The inner picture spins in a circle while the outer picture swings. Focus on the words in the middle as they slowly spin around. As they spin, you will see that there are moments when the words appear to freeze. But this is not the case. The words spinning in the middle are constantly in motion. They are never really frozen at all. They are moving at the same speed all the way around. The words only appear frozen when they align with the outer picture. The freezing of the words in the middle are dependent on the outer picture and where it is in relation to the words in the middle. This optical illusion is a matter of perception, as you are perceiving the words in the middle to temporarily freeze. This is a popular optical illusion. In fact, this optical illusion won the 2006 Best Illusion of the Year. Number 2. Find the faces. This popular optical illusion on YouTube gives you a set amount of time to find as many faces in the tree branches as you possibly can. The illusion claims that you have 1 minute to find the faces, and the clock starts counting down. The two faces are glaringly obvious, as there are two giant faces at the bottom. The next two faces are also quite obvious, as they are just above the first two faces. Once those 4 faces have been found, it's quite easy to pick out the 5th face, which is at the top of the tree. But where the first 5 faces are somewhat easy to picture, other faces start to emerge, and your eyes begin to flicker all around the tree as more and more faces surface. Then the clock stops. So how many faces are there? It might surprise you to learn that there are 10 faces in total, and once the clock has stopped, the video shows you where they all are. The optical illusion is created by exploiting similarities between 2 or more distinct images. These types of optical illusions are very popular. Sometimes the illusion is simply a drawing, where there are 2 ways of seeing the drawing. For example, there might be a drawing that flips back and forth between an old lady and a young woman. But in other cases, they are more complex, where there are several different types of smaller drawings all in a bigger picture. These types of optical illusions are also known as reversal images or perceptual rivalry, and they have been around for a very long time. These types of illusions confuse your brain because your mind is constantly trying to flip between several images and make sense of what you are seeing. In this case, there are a lot of faces, and when your mind focuses in on one, another one seems to surface almost simultaneously. This causes your eyes to shift to that image, but as soon as you do, another face surfaces. These types of illusions are both fun and frustrating, as you constantly feel like there are more faces that you just haven't found yet, even when you've found them all. Number 1. The Spinning Dancer. The Spinning Dancer was created by Japanese web designer Nobuyuki Kayahara in 2003. Is she moving clockwise or counterclockwise? It might surprise you to know that some people see her spinning clockwise while others see her spinning counterclockwise. The illusion is caused by the ambiguity in the picture. Her arms are either passing between her body and the viewer, so she is moving counterclockwise, or they are passing behind the dancer's body, so she is moving clockwise. The popularity of this optical illusion has earned the Spinning Dancer the top spot on this list of 10 optical illusions on YouTube.